Hello, welcome back to 32 Ways to Connect. I'm Mary. Today's word is create, and we are on day 14. Create, feeling and how you create. And I don't want to limit this in any way. I want you to feel into your own unique signature around this. So, what you create could look like art, it could look like singing, it could look like computer programming or speaking different languages. It could be dance. It could be your children. So, your creation, the things that you create, what you bring into manifest in the world, this is a super important energetic for all of us to really hone in on and feel and have the capacity and support to be able to express in the world. And of course, it is a huge connector for us to all of life, to feeling that broader connection with our world and being able to connect with even some of our most inner, most sacred processes in being who we are, our sense of creation, our ability, our capacity to create. Really important. So feeling in to where that resonates for you. Where do you create in the world? One thing I notice that tends to shut this area or this connection down for us is the fear of being criticized. That the thing that we create, the thing that we manifest, we bring out in the world, others may not like, they may disregard, they may tell us it's not good enough. And even just the fear of hearing that or thinking that someone may say it, a lot of times immediately shuts down this important aspect of all of us. We become afraid to contribute and to create. And this can really stifle a lot of our energetic expression and shut our connection down in a lot of ways. I also notice in the ways we really criticize and are difficult on ourselves around this, we tend to be really harsh on other people around this. It's almost like there's a little bit of a painful piece that pokes at us, and so the feeling sense to poke at others starts to happen. So really starting to bring some softness, some love to this, and first step really within yourself, honoring first the unique ways that you create, no matter what anyone else thinks or says. That really incredible signature of what it is that you're here to create. And more than that, the things that you create that bring you the greatest sense of fulfillment and joy as well. Putting aside the fear of being critiqued, right? A long time ago, when I first started teaching, I was really scared of that aspect of critique. And it was causing me to freeze and not use my voice in the world because I was afraid it wasn't going to be good enough. People would make fun of some kind of aspect of me. And even just the fear of thinking these things, even though none of that had happened, I frozen and I kept procrastinating, bringing my creation, which is usually talking, it's teaching, it's a transpersonal school. I paused or froze and was afraid to do so. And what I realized a long time ago was it was okay for me to give myself, award myself the supports I needed in order to feel safe and really nurture that sweet part of myself that was still creating. It still had that real new and young sense. And to put containers around it and supports that helped me feel braver and braver to be able to step out and teach. Some simple things were, if people wanted to give me feedback on the class, specifically, my partner or a loved one or friend, I would simply say, I'm not able to take in feedback right now. Revolutionary that we could give ourselves permission to do that. Why did I do that? Why was that a support? I knew, good or bad, any feedback at that point when I was still nurturing that part of my creative energy, I was probably going to use against myself. I couldn't trust myself to not use it against myself. And if I had enough energy where I was using things against myself, I knew I would shut down again and I wouldn't teach. So for almost a couple years, I didn't take feedback. I would say something very kind or sweet and just would hold. And eventually, slowly and slowly, feedback became feedback, right? I I was less and less about what someone else would say or do. I could then, because I had enough of a foundation of strength and of practicing, that when feedback came in, I could take it as something helpful that I could either receive or I could dismiss. Okay. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone will have an opinion. We're humans, a real cute thing we do. But you don't have to take everything in, take it to heart, try it on, curl up in it, go to bed in it. You get to discern. You get to discern what is helpful, what helps you grow, and what to let go of that doesn't serve you. And a lot of times we forget that part when we're beginning to create. So if you're still nurturing or supporting some form of creative energy in your life, what kind of supports can you bring in? Not everything is meant for everyone, open book all the time. There are things that we can hold as really precious, really sweet to us that we can keep nurturing until we're ready to connect, right? It is. It's a beautiful process. Okay. So the question is, what energies can help create support in order to help me do more of the things I love to create? How can my creation feel a greater sense of expression or freedom? What can help support me is the question today. And today I chose 4 cards, almost imagining them as 4 pillars of energy supporting all of us, opening to this question around creation. And the first card of support, I see the Empress card, and it's in a reversal position. So the Empress card is the ultimate creation manifestation card, and really feeling and embodying that sense of beauty in the world and giving it back. So allowing the beauty of life to come within and manifest out in our own unique expression. So it's feeling like some of the things that I mentioned about bringing in supports, how can you keep supporting yourself in order to rest more and more into that energetic of what, again, you find beautiful and what you want to create in the world? Next card I see is the Six of Pentacles. And this is really embracing our sense of wealth. And with our wealth in the material realm, this sense of giving back or generosity can also be attributed to this card. So feeling into that. So any uh, places where you can feel that sense of abundance in your world, how can you begin allying with life to keep giving back and really embracing the abundance of what you have in a thoughtful and mindful way for the rest of the world and for yourself. I also see the Eight of Swords, and this traditionally is a card of a human facing a decision and not wanting to make the decision. So there's a sense of indecision, and in the energy of indecision, there's a sense that energy is being wasted not making the decision. That there's an illusionary sense that you're somehow trapped. So the magic of this card is in recognizing, beginning to step out, step forward in making a choice can be enough of starting to move energy towards a direction where again, we can trust and rest into that in each given moment, even if we make a new choice in a different moment, we'll be directed where we're meant to go or redirected. So, and go stepping forward, making a choice, moving out of indecision. And the last card is a Page of Swords, which we've worked with before. Page of Swords is brilliant at demolishing old structures and really helps us to break free and get really clear minded. So I see each one of these energies as just a supportive energy or tool for you, just as support. And this allowance is opening more and more into what do you want to create in the world and go for it. So all my love to each one of you, and we'll see you soon. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.